the future holds. Width it up. Oh, that's lovely. Oof. Lovely. Oh. Ooh. Kind of forget how wonderful sine waves are. Well, that looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to get to that bit of my future. So let's start now and do some sound design in FM Zone 2. That's what the video is about. Let's explore the easiness of making noises in FM Zone, the upgraded version 2, with a couple of new features, both of which are surprisingly powerful, even though they sort of sound mediocre in their prowess. So what have we got? I think I did already cover these in an overview video. We've got these two options. We've got this little section down here, which is attack and release to your chosen envelope target, which additionally adds this amplitude modulation, which is what this is. You know, it's a kind of overriding all the volume stuff to fade in, or we can have the sounds release. But these are based on the final values of the envelopes most of the time, because the envelopes will get to the end and that will be the thing that last occurs, and that's what gets released. So we've added this extra feature called note offs stop envelopes, which will, if you happen to have it switched on and you release the key, which sends a note off to the envelope, before the envelope has got to the end, it will hold that value. As you can see, if I hold a note down, this travelator thing, which is currently attached to the level, the volume, goes down all the way. But if I tap it very lightly and shortly, the envelope stops quite early on in its path, and that's the value that gets held. So what I'm going to do now to accompany my movements is I'm just going to quickly turn off this. There's a little bit of pitch modulation going on here. I just want to minimize that. Nice. So just a quick look at this patch quickly. We have two oscillators active. These 3 and 4 aren't running, but 1 and 2 are, and 1 is just a sine wave. And I'm going to switch that back, just detune that back to 1 again, so we don't get any beating. And that's the second operator that's FMing the first operator. It is running an octave higher, and we have the sort of function knob attached to the spectrum and pitch settings. What that means is the spectrum knob is controlling the level, the volume, and the timbre knob is changing the pitch ultimately. So this knob to a degree, this second knob. And while we leave it on that, I'm going to just turn down that and that. So it's nice and clean, like a shiny bit of wood being struck with something. But what I wanted to make sure of was that this, first of all, we're properly exploiting this, the release phase, because as you can hear, if I hold it down, we get the dulling very quickly of the simulated strike of the wood. But if I staccato hit the note, extra timbres and harmonics hang around, which give it just a touch more life. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the filter up actually as well. And it's kind of clearer to hear. So what I'm going to do is, that's what that does. I'm going to show the other feature and hopefully make this sound more expressive. by overviewing the A and B bank envelope jobbies and showing what we can do with them. So this is bank B of that same sound. Nothing, everything's silent because all the envelopes are flat. So what we're going to do is copy all the A envelopes to the B bank, and now it should sound the same. Here's a thing to remember: when there isn't a modulation target set up to target envelope bank, which is the modulation target which mixes between these envelopes. When that's not up, let me see, did I just put that in right? Let's do that. When this isn't configured, you can hard switch between these two envelopes by clicking. But right now, I can't because that is selected. So I'm going to put that back to something simple, but turn it right down. Now, if I go back to this main screen, I now am affecting bank B only. So let's do something with that. Is it the shape we want to make? How about that? Let's do this. So now, this is only the B bank modulation sort of settings. Let's see the difference between them. That's A bank and B bank. There's a lot more stuff going on there, right? So what I'm going to do is set this up to be the envelope bank for velocity. So velocity switches between these modulation envelopes we're looking at. And I can demonstrate this by, let's just turn the velocity down. So lightly touched notes, so there's almost the same volume as loudly touched notes. But that's the mostly A bank doing the sound, but the harder I hit, changes to the B bank. Did I say B bank? I meant, yeah, to the B bank now. So if I touch it lightly, but shortly, not much change in the sound, but if I hit it hard and shortly, we get some extra tones hanging around afterwards. Might be easier if I just slow this speed down a bit. Light velocity. And hard. Subtle, but the expression is definitely there. I'm going to change a couple of these other ones as well. What have we got? Let's do shape, because can change the sound wildly. Kind of squarify a bit. There we go, look. We're holding on to a bit of that shape change, which is changing the kind of source FM waves. I think maybe doing things like rectifying them and kind of complexifying them a tiny little bit. But you can hear that's instantly sort of sharpened that sound, doesn't it? What happens? Let's just play that down low for a second. That's fun. That's fun, isn't it? So yeah, that's the A and B envelope bank stuff, just mucking around with a sound that just to kind of make it more expressive. Whether that's more expressive, well, I mean, it is. But is it doing the expression you want? I don't know. Try another sound, if it isn't. But that's fun, isn't it? I like that sizzle attack at the beginning that you can then kind of dig into. So let's save that because I kind of like that. Save it in creates a new log drum. And because there's a velocity bank, because the envelope bank has been affected by the velocity, I put the little VL in the brackets there so you know what you're looking at, and so I know what I'm looking at. Right, let's do a sound from scratch. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. Let's start from an Init patch. And let's just pick a sound, why not? Spiky and mean. Ooh. I mean, it looks like it's one of the analog patches, isn't it? So there's 3 analog oscillators and an FM feeding. And the timbre knob is just turning up the level of this oscillator here, which is running an octave above the others. So this is at 1, or that's at half. So that's an octave below. That's the octave kind of being played, and that's an octave above. And then this spectrum knob is brutalifying the these are sawtooths that are being generated, aren't they? Coming out of these. And then we just FM the sawtooths and get lushness. Brutal. Right, so what can we do? I think I want to kind of animate that. So let's see if we can do like a weird tone out of this. First of all, I'm going to loop that, because in order for the travelator to be moving linearly through the envelopes, you want the loop on. Otherwise, it is a kind of logarithmic / or exponential travelator going through the envelopes. And I can demonstrate that. So it starts off fast and ends slow. See, look, it gets much slower. Starts off fast, travels the first half of the kind of envelope distance quite quickly. And then the last bit takes longer, which I think is exponential. And what we want really when we're using sequenced or sort of rhythmic kind of patterns is we want the whole thing to be travelled at the same speed all the way through, rather than slowing down or getting faster. What I'm going to do as well is attach that to read trigger, so it's now running at the same tempo as logic, even though we can't hear it. And I'm going to pick an envelope here. We've got stepped envelopes. I'm just going to let's see what happens. Half sign steps. Nice, isn't it? Let's stick I'm going to stick that same one on here and then put it upside down or something, probably. Because we can flip it. Manage envelopes. Hold on, let's flip. Oh, we haven't looped it. Never forget to loop it. I'm going to double the speed. Busy. Again, this shape knob's only really affecting. It'll only be affecting the operator that's doing the FM, which is FM4 operator 4. But it's changing the way it FMs the saw waves. Let's see. Let's just speed that up. instant movement. Okay, let's... like I say, if you want these rhythmic things, never forget to turn on the looping mechanism. And, you know, do your divisions by, you know, factors of 2, things like that to keep things all synced. What happens if we put this up to 4? Width it up. Oh, that's lovely. Although, what's fun, let's just do it this way. I'm going to exploit the AB bank. Copy all these, let's switch to it, and there's nothing there, complete silence. So let's pull all the A bank modulations. And doublify some of these speeds. I'm going to put that one up to 4. And let's change envelope bank with modwheel adjustment. So I have to move my modwheel up to get the other banking, and that's the other bank there. You can hear that. But I'm also going to do, let's do something with, I thought there was something, I know it's on there, isn't it? Yeah, right, let's do something with this. Can't hear it now because I haven't got the modulation wheel up, but here we go. Actually, let's just flip it. Change it because when the modulation wheel is fully up, I'm not sure I like that, so I'm just going to flip it so it's so when the modulation wheel is up and you hit a note, you get a sound straight away. I like that. That's a fun noise. I mean, what can we do with it? I mean, at the moment, does it need anything else? Maybe we just get a static tone underneath it. Like, there's a lot of cool super saw noises here that we can just whack underneath. E-tune, picking up. And let's do a pattern on here as well. Why on earth shouldn't we? Give me one reason. Not that. Let's go for... Let's... Mod wheel needs to be up, obviously, in order to get that. Mix that back in with the... Too crazy. So let's have a simpler thing here. How about that? There you go, it kind of complements that crazy bubbly pulsing. And let's just copy that back to A. So I'm copying back this filter shape that is currently only being kind of only doing its job when the modulation wheel is up. So I'm going to flip that. I'm going to copy it to the A bank so that when we're just holding a note down and not doing anything, we've got something. Now I think I'm gonna halve this. I think no, not that one because that's the B bank. I'm going to halve the A bank speed. Kind of interleaving. That's what happens. You see what happens when we open the mod wheel. It's got busier. Definitely got busier. Back to the mod wheel off again. I think I'm just gonna, for the A bank, I'm gonna pull these down a bit, I think. Let's just see what happens when I'm gonna go down an octave and play some nice. Play some things in time. And here we go, mod wheel up. Yeah, it's kind of doubling. We'll turn the release up so these notes hang around for a damn long time. Kind of like some of the this envelope ideology that we've got in this track. It's kind of good for fake echoes. Sounds like there's echoes. Like different layers of echoes as well, like what's echoing what. Lovely. Let's just stick a bit of room on it. Down low. Well, that's my future sorted. Just living in this sound. Done. Let's turn it up. I want to hear it. Nice. That's fun, isn't it? I'm going to save that. Oh, goodness, I just can't stop playing. Right, let's just save it as a sequence in here. What is it? It's like... Here's the bit of the process that most people don't see. Naming a preset. What do I name the preset? Like Collider Orcs. It's an orchestra kaleidoscope or something, isn't it? Let's go Collider. Mirrors. Mirrors. Tickling mirrors. Mirrors tickling. There we go. And because we have mod wheel, I'm going to stick a little mod wheel in there and save that. There you go. A sound from scratch. Should we do another one? Let's do another one. Let me think what else I should be showing. I mean, I'm just going to do the cool features. Let's just make another sound. Let's do another sound. What do you fancy? Should we do a rhythmic sound with a synth? Oh, again, we've got this. I'm going to change the algorithm. That's fun. It's a bit quirky, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. That's FM, isn't it? I feel like it's going to be a bass. Yeah, okay, here we go. This timbre is excellently brutal in what it's doing, so I'm going to instantly create a velocity to envelope bank. So now we're switching between, now we're cross-fading between these two envelope values. Copy all to B. And I'm just going to turn the sample off for the moment. And it was... I mean, obviously as well, let me just say, this simple timbre, if this were a lot simpler, I could just attach velocity to timbre, and that would push the sound towards, you know, these values. Or it would increase those values. But because I've got an envelope on it, I can control the shape of that change. Oh, lovely. Oh, spiky. Doesn't look like Spectrum's doing much at the moment. Let's just see what we've got going on here. Okay, that's not doing much. It's doing something, but not much. That. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's adding like a detunedness. There we go, just turn it off. Let's see what we've got up here. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's an additive operator, which is why it sounds so strange. It's like a load of sine waves that can all be FM'd individually. I'm pretty sure what's happening. There we go. Okay, that's the timbre. Is going to be, this is attached to the volume here, so this will be affecting how much this additive operator, the second additive operator, is FMing the first, well, additive operator OP1. It's very chordy, isn't it? I do like that. What happens if we just stick that bang on 2? What I'm going to do is turn on this feature, which is filter key tracking, another additional thing added to our synthesizer in this iteration. There you go. That's pop. Chord bell. It's a funny sound, isn't it? I like it. At the moment, we still do have, only though, I'm going to filterize this sound. Let's stick a filter. Or an open filter. That's strange. Why is that without changing. Let's put that back on. Oh, okay, so yeah, I was wondering why it's behaving oddly. It's because the banks are reversed. So the A bank, if you want it to behave like a conventional filter opens the harder you press, bank B is the one that needs the open envelope. Go back to B. Let's drop that down there. I just want to release. Kind of cool, isn't it? Sounds like a steel drum, kind of. Well, kind of, but sort of tuned, harmonically tuned. See, there's loads of crazy stuff going on up there because of these additive operators. So I'm gonna pull down. I want this filter key tracking to be, so if at 0 basically the filter doesn't move, it just stays at the value configured here, in a combination with the envelopes, etc. Fully open, the filter key tracks and opens, according to the note that you're pressing on the keyboard. But anywhere in the middle, and for example, like round here, upper notes will get duller. I can demonstrate that. Same velocity. But yeah, sometimes you want... sometimes you don't want the filter opening up all the way up the top, because just the way the sound works for you. And, real life doesn't work like that. There's always stuff being absorbed into the air and stuff around us, so... I like that. Chunky, spiky. Just have a look at this patch again and see what's we've turned off. Oh yeah, this. So that additional, when we turn the spectrum right up now, because it's only, even the maximum level is going to be really quiet, it's just adding a subtle low-end detuning. If we turn it off. Clean. Up. A little bit wonky. A little bit detuned. Depends where you want it. Maybe in the real world, maybe this emulation would prefer for things to be detuned the harder you press them at the start of the sound, because obviously we could change it through the duration of the sound. But you can have it so only the first part of the sound is slightly detuned, which again is a thing, it's a feature that we use to make things sound realish, because the real world behaves in an unusual way. Strings, when you hit them really hard, bend slightly. Brass, when you blow into it really hard, will be bending the kind of fundamental note a bit, depending on how you're playing it, what note you're hitting, all these kinds of things. So in real world, instruments do bend and change the pitch. They're never perfect, never perfect. So yeah, kind of this sounds like a big metal thing being hit, but the harder it gets hit, the kind of more subtle detuning is imparted into the sound. Even though this is like the most unrealistic sound I've ever heard. It's like Robot Factory or something. Oh. that sounds like. Yeah, it's the additive sound. It's got the essence of that sound from Thriller or Bad, or that the big famous sound from, I think, I want to say an emulator, but it's not. I like that noise. Anyway, let's save that because that's nice and fun, isn't it? Stop moving the screen around large. Spiky. Metal spikes. Metal again. Metal spikes. Again. Velocity. So it's so much crazy noise in there. It just sounds like stuff being hit. Right, let's do one more sound. Should we do one more sound? Yeah, what have we got? Should we do it from scratch? Let's do it from scratch. Let's do a loopy one with stuff being triggered all the time. Right, I'm going to start with a sample because try and stop me. Okay, let's turn the synth layer off so we can hear what's going on here. Just randomly. There you go, that's fun, isn't it? So what do we do here? I am going to have this re-triggered. There are a couple of kind of caveats when we're looking at this re-triggering stuff. There needs to be a first of all, MIDI reset oscillator. Oh, hold on, I'm in the wrong blooming envelope, aren't I? Look, not even on that. So let's loop. Let's get this running. I just like these pulses. I'm going to have it running at 8. Let's have it running. I just love that. Immediately, I love it. Turn the release up because I can. Oh yeah, let's lock it to the tempo as well. So 120. So what can we do with this? Let's change the pitch. Let's go. Have we got octaves? Let's first of all we need to loop it, obviously. Otherwise, we're going to be travelling through the envelope, the breakpoint envelope, in a kind of wonky, uneven way, and we want it to not be that. So let's stick. See what happens. Oh, that's pitch, isn't it? We want something a bit more solid and moving. I think I've got. There we go. There's a kind of fifth. Detune it. Let's make it more fun. I can hear one of these is not quite bang on there. Oh yeah, right. So let's put them. I'm holding shift down to access the snapping. Ooh, and I detuned it a little bit. Sounds right, doesn't it? Doesn't matter if it's a tiny little bit out. Blooming synthesizers in the 70s needed tuning all the time, thanks to environments and capacitors and. So I think it's all right. So yeah, this holding one note down. I think I can hear that one moving a bit too soon, so let's just put that there. And I think I'm going to muck all the tuning up now. kind of highlight that pitching just by sticking a reverb on it and hearing everything. That's nice. Okay, let's just maybe turn that down and let's see what we've got going on here. We'll turn that off for the moment. Let's just remember we did some crazy stuff over here. We do want that looping. So, what is it? A spectrum? I think I'm going to end up doing this. Let's just have that open for the moment. Actually, let's... Oh! Nice. Oh! Kind of forget how wonderful sine waves are. Anyway, let's not get distracted by the beauty of sine waves. Let's see what that timbre knob is doing. Okay, it's turning up some of these. Oh, and I see they're super high as well. Let's put that up to 2. I'm playing quite high. Okay, so the timbre's only turning these ones up, it's this. Yeah. So the timbre's affecting operator 2, that's the only one, the only operator that's affecting operator 1. Kind of feel like I'm gonna do I love this timbre. I think that's where the fun is. So let's do a kind of fast. Let's make sure this is in the middle. Or more like kind of delays, echo delays. So maybe I feel like, yeah, this feels like it's going to be a slow modulation. I'm going to pull this down to half and go. And let's turn on. What if I just speed that up? I'm going to turn that to 16. Double speed it. There we go. Complex, but simple. haven't even put an AB bank on it yet. Do we put an AB bank on it? What do we do? What do we do with an AB bank? Let's see. Copy everything to everything. And let's be careful not to mess with that too much. What if we make that a lot shorter? Maybe this guy as well. Yeah, so we've kind of staccato-ized. Make up a word, why on earth not? But then what we're going to do with this joy, let's half that. I think that feels like a modwheel bank modulation, so I'm gonna modwheel to envelope bank there, put it on maximum, and actually what I'm going to do as well, just to add a little fun bit of colour to this, is velocity to global filter. Increase that a tiny little bit and then turn these down. Let's just do it one by one to get a measure. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Full whack on the velocity. Yeah. It's definitely doing something. Turn up a tiny touch, and then let's do the same with this sample. Slightly wonky tuning's fun, isn't it? Fun undulatingness going on there. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we have a noise. Let me save that. What is it? What is it though? It's like a flower machine, as in pretty flowers, not bread flour. Flower machine, and that is modwheel, so I'm going to stick a modwheel in there. The modwheel is doing the grunt work of the AB modulation. Anyway, there you go. I think I've done a few presets there. I think I've given you an idea of sort of how to approach it as a mucker-arounder with FMness. So yeah, have fun, make some noises, send us your patches, because we can only go so far because we all think in different ways about how to approach these things. So yeah, thanks for coming. Enjoy some noises. Make your own, for goodness sake. Make your own damn noises. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day. There's a noise to keep you going. There we go. Hello and welcome to another Toybox audio video demonstration video. We are going to take a look at the FM Zone update. Well, that is all about to happen, so let's take a look and go through time in a forward linear fashion. So FM Zone 2 is this. It has a great new skin, which makes it a lot easier to look at if you've got tired old eyes like mine. This does the job. It's brutal, it's boutique, but it does the job. But old people like me, it hurts our eyes and our brain. So Dave made a lovely soft version that we can look at without hurting our brains and eyes. So that's one big feature. The next big feature is 6 new reverb algorithms. So here's the list of all the effects that sit on the output chain. We've got 6 new reverbs here: a chamber, plate and a hall and a room, and a couple of different crazy other kinds of reverbs. Let's just have a quick listen. Let me just shorten the release on that so we can hear the rooms. What's that? That's the nice long chamber. We've got a nice plate. Completely loses the transient. Lovely. Nice hall. Lovely jubbly. And a room. It's the essential little rooms. Can hear it with a... That's the room, and we've got a bit of texture here. Let's mix it in a bit more. It's very short, but it's got a lot of texture, character to it. And you can hear it's very not dry. And we've got one last broken reverb here, which does crazy things based on the mix setting. Here, that's fairly steady. And then it gets a bit mad. There we go. Nice. And that's that. That's the new reverbs. What else have we got here? We have the big features, which are the A-B modulation banks. So if you're familiar with the previous version of FM Zone, which I would hope that you are, we have the modulation system, which is breakpoint envelopes that get cycled through up to audio rate. Very effective, very good for sound design. But previously, on the old version, there was just one envelope per knob. As you know, we have 9 envelopes, each strictly attached to one of the knobs on the front panel. All these upper knobs here are the ones which you can control with the envelope breakpoints. But we have an additional B bank now. So we have A bank and B bank. And this is a very powerful modulation control, and I've done a load of patches that demonstrate that. But we're going to look at some of the patches I've made and look at the features of the synth as well. So what have we got here? This is a log drum, and this is a patch. The patches which use the AB bank system will usually have in brackets the method by which that AB modulation source is adjusted. So for this one, I have it set to velocity. which means, let's have a look at the spectrum envelope here. So you can see the traveller dot moving down the screen. And when I press lightly with a low velocity, it's using mostly this envelope to describe the spectrum path. If I switch to the B envelope, you can see that it's slightly changed. It's slightly deeper, higher, more, which means that when the velocity number hits the envelope bank, it's reading from this modulation envelope more than it's reading from the previous modulation envelope, from the A modulation envelope. So we can create quite a good amount of quite an interesting amount of realism when we're using velocity as an example to switch between these two banks. It's very nice. The same goes for all these envelopes. Obviously, look, we've got the timbre envelope does something in the B envelope than does to the A envelope, obviously. So we also have another feature which allows the user to release one or more of the envelopes, to basically sample and hold the envelope position on release. So, which is what this noise does. So if I press some notes, you can hear the sound happens. The sharp bit, you can hear there's a bit of fizz, there's a bit of the hitting sound of the log drum hitting the bit of wood, and then the decay afterwards. What we can do with this function down here, the envelope little area of the options page has attack and release to volume and spectrum. What this does, it means that the release, these envelopes up here, are also applied to the volume and spectrum envelopes, which is handy, but in conjunction with the note offs stop envelope function here, what that does is it holds the value that the modulation source was at when the MIDI off is received. So that means that we can stop the envelope at certain points of its journey to get different parts of the sound to be held. So as I say from a minute ago, if I press the note and hold it down, the whole breakpoint envelope is travelled, let's say. Let's use this, you can see what's going on there. If I touch it, I'll do it in various short steps. Let me turn the release up so we can hear. So that was a really short strike. That same note, but I held the note down. If I let go quickly, you can hear the contents, the harmonic contents, the stuff happening at the first part of the sound stays, which is really good for expressive playing. You can, this particular sound has a bit of fizz that pops up, and you can get that fizz to hang around if you let go of the note quick enough. If I press it down and do like a normal note press, it's you don't really hear that fizz. If you do, it's very, very short. But if I let go, you can hear it hanging around. Nice. And that's really powerful for expression, which is what I've discovered making all the patches for this wonderful new version. So what else are we looking at? Yes, that's the big main feature. And you don't often, this isn't a feature I've seen on many synthesizers, probably on the old FM synthesizers, I would have thought, when many of those modulation techniques didn't move into regular synthesis zone. So we're quite pleased with this. That's really cool. And also this sound here is a log drum sound. And from what we understand, we've had some reports from people across the world letting us know that our synthesizer is really damn perfect for making log drum noises for the amapiano genre. So yeah, this additional feature gives that additional expression to amapiano producers who want a little bit more flexibility, creative expression in their log drum sounds. It's kind of fun, isn't it? So, right, that is, one way of using the A-B envelope feature. I've got a few other patches here I'm going to show which demonstrate this sound, this particular feature. So let me see, I've got keys, I've got a lo-fi here. Again, you can see this is a velocity-based patch. Let's turn it up a bit. So, playing hard and soft. On top of the A-B modulations, obviously there is other previously explored in the old version of the synth. There's a lot of modulation settings you can configure, including I've got apparently this one. I've got the modwheel set up to increase the spectrum and timbre here, as we can see with these two, so you can hear the sound get brighter. If I just do a consistent velocity, you can hear the upper stuff coming in. But yeah, the harder I hit, again, this is set up velocity to envelope bank here, maximum. So at 0, very low velocity, it will be using the A bank, and at hard velocity, be using only the B bank. Anywhere in between, it's using a mix of the both. That's a nice noise, isn't it? So let's have a look at a couple of others. I've got this pluck sound. Very pleased with. Is it this? No, it's this one. This is surprisingly realistic for a guitar pluck. And because we're using the A-B banks in a velocity, we can see here we've got the velocity switching going on between the A and B banks, and that's where it's configured. Full depth, hard velocity, only reads the B bank, soft, only reads the A bank. Anywhere in between, mixes. But this is, I'm surprised by the realism. The striking. Nice noise. What a nice noise. Thank you for listening. Let's just try one more. I've got a percussion sound here, which is hand drum 1. Excellently atonal sounding. Again, velocity driven bank selection, so at low velocities we get a different sound. Actually sounds like you're striking it harder. A lot of fun. Rhythms. And I thought I had a cool harp noise as well. Let me just find it. I've got a good harp, I think, yes, this. So again, a velocity-based sound. But let's have a look at the pitch envelope. This is the interesting. So at A, on A bank, no change. But the harder you strike, you get a tiny little pitch bend at the start, which actually kind of matches real world string behavior. Often, if you hit a string harder, it will have a slight detuning at the right beginning of the sound. That's a good demonstration of the A/B functionality, just for kind of realism. Yes, I think that's good. So let's move on to another aspect of using this A/B thing, which is rhythms. You can change how rhythms work. So let me see, I've got a patch here. This is pretty mental, but it's a tom fill. It's a tom fill, isn't it? And then what I'm doing is, let's have a look at this patch 1 second. Well, we can see that the mod wheel is the source of A/B bank modulation. So I'm going to mod wheel my way up, and let's see what happens. So it slowly morphs, literally, into a kind of half-speed pulse. Chow, 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 checka, checka, checka. And this is double speed. This is achieved by, let's have a look. Well, I can show you. But let's have a look at some of the important things here. We've got this level envelope here, which is obviously the volume of everything. This is a highly resonant filter we've got going on here. This resonant is really high up, and we're using, well, the multi-notch as well. So it's super multi-notch poles being boosted and exaggerated with the highly resonant setting, and being dampened with the filter, with the level here. So yeah, we can turn all those filters down. But we've got them being turned down on the A setting without hitting the modulation wheel at 16 times per second, 16 times per cycle. So, you know, like a hi-hat kind of thing. Jibba, 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 jibba. But as soon as I switch to the B envelope, you can see that that's looping at half the speed. So when we slowly modulate towards that, there's accents happening. One half of the modulation signal is being reduced and the other half of it's being increased. And then as we reach maximum mod wheel, we hear only the B bank. So it's really an interesting, useful thing for like just rhythm fun. I've got another one here. Let's see. I think it's clicks and ticks. Again, mod wheel. So I'm going to up it. Here we go. And that's on the B modulation bank as a product of many different things. Let's see if we can see what's going on here. We've got filter envelope completely upside down and added to. Nothing on the timbre. Oh, the timbre gets increased, that's fair enough. And nothing on the spectrum. It's the filter and the level that are doing all the work. And of course they're polyphonic, so back to the mod wheel off again. More mod wheel action. Yeah. So it's fun for doing these rhythm sort of changes. Let's see, I've got a couple of others here. I've got a fire stick. What's going to happen here? Let's go for, so we can see there's got a modulation wheel. A lot of these rhythms will have a modulation wheel, A/B bank selector. So let's increase it. Kind of made them louder. So that's all off again. Modulation wheel at 0. So it's quite a spiky sound to start with. Then we increase the mod wheel. You can see the pulsing of these arrows around here, which indicate the kind of, you know, the activity in the modulation envelope. Nice. Let's just try a couple more. I've got some fun. I've got lovely, bubbly. This one, oh yes. Modulation wheel, here we go. It's very Kraftwerkian. And then back to mod wheel at 0. And back again. What pretty little bubbles. And yeah, so the rhythms, it's really fun just for kind of morphing in between two different kinds of modulation envelopes. I don't think I've seen that before. You could probably hack it in things like Zebra, maybe Serum, I've got no idea. But there you go, that's kind of for rhythm fun. And I've got a few other patches here which just demonstrate the kind of literal absolute fun possible with the AB envelopes. So this is a fairly pure clean pad called Pure Unstability, great English. And with a mod wheel modulation, so let's go up there, see what happens. A bit thicker and warmer, a bit wobbly. And back to pure again. That's nice, isn't it? Sounds like it's like tape wobbling or something at the top there. Could be using this feature here, the chaos feature. I've got it very lightly wobbling the oscillators. That only appears on the modulation wheel. It's nice. We've got one or a couple more here. I like some of these. Let's have a look at Slowland strings. What are these? What does that mean? What does it even mean? Lots of stuff. So again, I mean, this is fairly, as you can hear, it's a fairly static sound. So the changes that are being made between the banks will tend to be values of the spectrum and timbre, possibly the filters as well. Sometimes leveling to counter the effect of whatever you might be doing with the spectrum or timbre knobs. And again, shape won't really make a difference in here. Everything's so heavily filtered. And I think because we're using an analog algorithm as well, the shapes only really affect the FM oscillators, from what I understand. Oh, there you go, there is a subtle change. A bit squarer. It's nice, isn't it? I think they're called Slowland strings because if you go low, you can kind of get beefy. You like beefy strings, there's a bit of beef down there. Not too far from the slow and soft. Yeah. And let's just have a look at, I've got a couple more, it won't be long. Let's go for these steadying strings. I do like these. In a better octave. So they're kind of interesting and warbly and a bit all over the place. And so let's increase the modulation wheel. What happens? Everything becomes steady. Back off the modulation wheel again. And we go back to a muffled, slightly tape chewy. It's like it kind of opens up and it all becomes clear. Oh, let's do one more. We've got one more for fun. I think it's in his magic lantern. Here we go. Another velocity-based patch. Again, this uses the note off holding of the spectrum value. Let's see what it's set to. Volume and spectrum. So we're going to be holding the spectrum values when we release the note off, and the spectrum values are all, look, they're quite high. So as you can see, the little marker that shows us where in the breakpoint envelope we are. If we let go when it's at one of those high points, we get a lot of high harmonics because that spectrum knob is trying to turn itself up. And depending on how you get different tones, depending on where you let go, obviously, because stuff's changing all the time. Everything's changing the sound somehow. So yeah, it's kind of a bit it's a bit steel drum, isn't it? It's a bit fast. We could slow it down. Look, we've got this speed control. Just slow down the whole softer. It's nice. What's down low? Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. There we go. I think that covers all the wonderful new features. Oh, there's one other thing I meant to mention, which is that we can now, even when we have, by default, let's say that again, by default, filter tracking is on 100%. So if you have a highly resonant filter and you set it at a setting, it will be tracked. You'll be able to hear the resonance of the filter being tracked by your key presses. What I wanted was to be able to dampen some of the high end, because you don't always want the filter to be fully open when you're going up high notes. Sometimes you want the sound to be slightly damper when you go high notes. So that's what we've added. Filter key tracking knob. So at maximum, it behaves like a normal key tracking function, and any kind of reduction means that the top end is less open based on the key. So let's just demonstrate this. Turn it off completely. Put it on. All the filter is open, and as soon as we reduce that, good for, a little feature like that is useful for adding some kind of realism to the noises you might be making, along with pitch to speed, which I find myself setting quite a lot. So ultimately it's speeding up the envelopes the higher up the keyboard you go. And sometimes that is like reality because of the way that the instrument's responding. If you're trying to create like guitars or real sounding instruments, that can work quite well. Otherwise, it can make things, I mean, in a good way, it can make things sound like a sampler, because if you speed things up, then you slow them down. If you go play things high up, they'll be fast. Play things low down, they'll be slow. So you can kind of emulate that kind of artifact feature of the sound with the pitch to speed setting on here. Various different values you might be able to set there for fun and joy. Okay, I think I've spoken long enough about this. So please, I hope you enjoyed the video. Go and get the synth. I'm not sure. I think it's a free update. Probably is. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. And any new users, go and buy it anyway, because you won't have a synth like this in your collection. Absolutely guaranteed. And that's the point. Have fun, make new noises, enjoy. Have a great day. Thank you for coming.